a man was shot dead by the police, and there have been some protests about it. Now, some are saying he was carrying a knife, but there's no body cam footage is what they're saying, but people feel like it's the same thing happening over again. But let's get over into it and see what we can find out.
There is outrage today in Madison, Wisconsin over a police shooting that was caught on camera. 4 officers are now on administrative leave after one of them shot and killed a man allegedly armed with a knife. There were large-scale protests within hours of Wednesday's shooting. Mark Strassman is following this, and he joins us now in studio. Mark, good morning.
Hey, good morning to you. Police have not identified the suspect who was killed. They've only said he was in his 30s. The shooting happened in the middle of the afternoon yesterday in a popular area full of bars and restaurants. And last night, protesters marched to the Capitol demanding justice. And we want to warn you, this video, it's hard to watch.
Social media video shows 4 Madison police officers struggling to detain a male suspect on Wednesday. One officer attempts to tase him, then another shoots him 3 times, about 2 seconds later.
MPD officers were dispatched to a call just before 1 p.m. in the Marquette neighborhood for a report of a person who was allegedly checking parked vehicles.
Madison Police Chief John Patterson said the suspect fled the initial scene on a bicycle before those 4 officers re-encountered him around 1:30, and a fight ensued.
During the struggle, the man, we're told, pulled out a knife, and an officer was injured by this while attempting to arrest him. The taser was deployed. Unfortunately, it was unsuccessful.
Video shows officers throwing a knife to the ground after the shooting. Chief Patterson said 2 officers were injured and the suspect died at the hospital.
Okay. So that little breakdown, they did find a knife. That is good to see. But, I mean, what can you really say if the officer, if he tried to pull out a knife, what else do you expect the officer to do? But now some people are going to say, we don't know the image. We don't know if he was actually reaching for a knife. And some people are going off the video saying that he didn't even try to reach. But let's keep going to see why they're officially protesting and why they're so upset about it.
On Wednesday night, demonstrators gathered to protest the shooting at the Wisconsin State Capitol, interrupting a summer concert event.
Young black man has been murdered at 2 o'clock p.m. by the Madison Police Department, and you guys are out here having steak and chicken like if nothing happened.
CBS News law enforcement contributor Rodney Harrison spent 3 decades with the New York City Police Department.
We got to see more of the video. Is it something where he had a knife eventually where they could have possibly kept a certain level of distance away from him? Or were they trying to arrest him and then he reached into a certain part of his clothing and pulled out a knife?
All 4 officers have been placed on administrative leave while the state conducts an independent investigation. This won't help. Madison police officers do not currently use body cameras.
So that's one of the biggest issues. I at least feel, at least in these day and age, that all police officers, federal agents, and if they're doing things with the public, they need to be wearing some kind of body cameras, because there's so many people don't trust them, and that will just put more trust into the police itself. But let's get over more into how the governor reacted to this.
We are continuing coverage this afternoon of the man that was shot and killed by police in Madison. These are images out of Madison protests and vigils that took place in the state's capital. Madison police say the shooting happened after the man stabbed an officer. The shooting was caught on camera, and we won't show you the moment itself, but we will share the audio. And before we show it, we want to warn you, it is graphic.
Holy
Now, this all started yesterday afternoon when authorities say the man was seen checking through parked vehicles. When officers tried to approach him, the suspect allegedly rode away on a bike. 4 officers caught up to him. Police say the man pulled out a large knife and started struggling with an officer. Police tried to use a taser, but it didn't work. The chief says the injured officer shot the man, who died at the hospital.
I ask the community recognize that there is other video that they have not seen, that's not circulating online, that will be reviewed as a part of this investigation. So to the extent that they can as we all navigate this trauma together. We try to remain calm and remember that not all perspectives are online right now.
The officers have been placed on administrative leave, which is the standard procedure. The Madison Police Department does not have body-worn cameras. Meanwhile, Madison police also provided this photo of the knife they say the suspect used to stab the officer that later shot him. It's described as a large fixed blade knife. After the shooting, hundreds of protesters gathered both near the scene and the state capitol. There was a lot of anger and frustration, but the demonstration was peaceful. Our Brendan Jones was in Madison and talked to protesters there.
I'm tired. I'm tired of our black men dying. I'm tired of our black boys dying. And I just want to know, at what age are we threats to America? Because I have kids who was also on the spectrum, and I don't even let my kids go outside and ride a bike.
We can't stop meeting. We can't stop gathering. Rules and regulations without a relationship brings forth rebellion. And so what happens at an emotional movement like this, people are emotional right now, but that emotion dies out as days go past. And we have to keep that strength, that momentum going.
Now, I really just want to know, where are they getting all the anger from? Now, if he didn't have anything on him, and we haven't seen all the video footage, and we don't know what perspective the cop was looking at, but if he truly did try to pull out a knife and he had a knife on him and try to stab somebody, is that not where you could use deadly force? That sounds like a deadly force occasion to me. Some people might say he could have stepped away and got the knife out of his hand. I don't know what they expected him to do. Now we do have to see a better angle so we can see. It's awful because they ain't got body cam footage, but it does make a point of when they knew he had the knife. But if he tried to stab somebody and did stab somebody, I can't really say that if I was a police officer, I would do anything different. But let's keep going into this, y'all.
The mayor of Madison says there will be an independent investigation. This comes after all Democratic candidates for governor issued statements about the shooting, all calling for independent investigations. Representative Francesca Hong also made an appearance at the demonstration and spoke to the crowd. TMJ4 will continue to follow this as more.
Everybody wants independent investigations, which I mean, if you don't have trust in the police, yeah, I'm fine with that. Yeah, do go through a proper investigation, no matter how you feel it needs to be done. And as long as they come to an answer, the truthful answer, then everything is all right. But the real question, will people believe it, no matter who it comes from? Some people might say the cops are hiding something, but the independent investigation proves that they was telling the same thing. But let's get over into the AI breakdown, y'all, just to wrap everything up, see what else we can find. So we know on July 22nd, a 38-year-old man named Corey was shot and killed by the Madison Police Department. So the overall view of the incident, we had officers respond to reports of a suspect checking parked cars. After fleeing on a bike, he was surrounded by 4 officers, leading to a physical struggle in the intersection. According to the police chief, he ended up pulling out a fixed blade and injured an officer. Officers deployed a taser, but its use was unsuccessful. The officer who was injured by the knife fired his weapon multiple times at close range while Ruiz was on the ground. Ruiz was taken to a local hospital where he was pronounced dead. Okay, so we get a little bit more details about this case. So he was already on the ground. I'm assuming still had the weapon. Some people are saying he could have backed up. That's where I'm seeing a lot of people are taking this, the protesters at least. Was he trying to swing it at him again? See, there's a lot of things that we don't know since we weren't right there. So the 4 involved officers have been put on administrative leaves, which is normal for an investigation. Because Madison Police Department does not currently utilize body cameras, investigators are relying on squad car videos and numerous bystander cell phone recordings. The shooting has sparked widespread outrage, marches to the state capitol, and intense local protests. Prominent civil rights attorney Ben Crump has been retained by the family to investigate potential excessive force. I will say something. Ben Crump is making his money. Well, I don't know if he's getting paid. He might be doing this for the charity of it, but he's been used in a lot of places all around now. But the main question was, when did they know he had a knife? Was their life truly in danger? That's the main question. If deadly force is their life, or the life of people surrounding them, the life of the public, was it in danger, and did they need to fire the weapon? And we'll have to wait for more body cam footage to get out. We can't just jump with they did something wrong. I would like to believe that the police that we rely on for our safety, the majority of the people do the right thing. I don't want to immediately go to, oh, the police are doing something wrong. Some people say it happens all the time to black people, which there are some cases where, yes, there are some shady things happening, but I don't think that's the whole world. I don't think that's an all-time thing. But we do have to get more information out and more information about this case to truly know what happened. But at the end of the day, if he pulled a knife and he's swinging it around and trying to hurt somebody and putting people's lives in danger, can you blame them for pulling the shot? But some people saying they could have done other things to get him away. Some people might say he was having a mental health breakdown. We don't know. Let's see if we know. See if we have any more information about the suspect himself. So, public records and family statements provided extensive details regarding Corey. So, family and community organizers remember him as a loving person in the life of the party. His mother described him as a recent news conference as an exceptional man who was loved by his family. So they're saying that they're lying about him checking cars for. So he was a father to a 13-year-old daughter who lived just blocks away. Local officials and community advocates noted that he was experienced homelessness, substance abuse, and mental health struggles. Okay, we're getting to it. At the time of the incident, the public records revealed that he had extensive history with law enforcement, spanning 40 misdemeanors and felony convictions from 2009 to 2025. At the time of the shooting, the Department of Correction records indicates he was listed as an active community supervision absenter and have been released on extended supervision on May 12, 2026. So he had different felonies for resisting officers, battery and threats, robbery with forced strangulation, and drug felonies, multiple misdemeanors. Yeah, I mean, what are your thoughts on this case, y'all? Do y'all think this is something criminal? Do you think this was just cops killing black people? Or do you think it was a situation where the cop needed to use deadly force? Let me know your thoughts and let me know if you disagree with anything I said. It's a crazy world, but this is the type of stuff we need to review together.